Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of Hong Kong House of Cards. Today we have Zhu, Dehi, and Adam that are going to be in this scene at Riker's nightclub, the Emerald Mother, after the incidents of. It's been about a week now, hasn't it? About, roughly?
Yeah.
Yeah. That had happened here at the Emerald Mother between Lillian and Dehi. Um, so, Ju had said that she wanted to meet to talk with Dehi, and he's been just around the club since he's been offered space here by Riker, and so he's just at the bar, kind of just enjoying the afternoon, relaxing. He doesn't have to perform tonight, so he's completely happy and content with just kicking his feet up and enjoying the day.
Okay. So Zhu is going to come in and make her way over to Dehi.
And he'll nod to her as he approaches and offer the seat next to him.
And she'll sit down.
Something you need to talk about?
I understand there was something of an incident between the House of Cups and the House of Staves.
Yeah, that'd be true.
Do you want to explain your version of events?
Sure. That evening I had planned to meet with Dez at the club here. I was a little late arriving, and when I arrived, we, I guess you could say me and Dez had our normal back and forth. Arthur was there. One of the other mages, I don't know him very well. I think his name is Jason, and Lillian was also there. I was speaking with Dez, and we were kind of having a back and forth, more like joking, like acquaintances would have. And Arthur was, I guess, assumed that it was not as jovial as it was, and was trying to remedy the situation. And that's when Lillian started getting involved in the conversation and basically, how should I put it, playing up, making sexual advances towards both myself and Des. The conversation went on for a while before she decided that she was just going to plop down in my lap. So I removed her. Nothing that, with no intent of harm, just to make sure that she wasn't there. I have had previous issues in my past with kindred vampires, whatever they want to call themselves, and I did not appreciate what had happened. She continued to spend the evening making sexual advances towards Des and myself before she finally decided to sit down in Des's lap. And that is when we had a back and forth, me and Des, because, how to explain this? In a past life, we were together, and she seems to want to rekindle that. And as a puka, she isn't always truthful or as upfront. Same with myself at times, especially around those who are other changelings or enchanted. And I took it to interpret by the way she was speaking and the way she was acting that she did not want her there, and she continued to make sexual remarks towards myself and towards her, so I removed her. And that's when she decided to attack me. I had, up to this point, done nothing that would cause her harm, or with the intent to cause her harm, but she saw fit to do such to me and to use aggressive powers, physical disciplines against me.
Having seen the tapes, it is rather difficult to tell exactly how much harm you intended to cause or not from throwing someone in such a manner. If they landed poorly, it would do quite a deal of damage.
If you see it like that.
Now, you have said that you did this in such a manner that it would not cause harm.
Yes,
And
she's a vampire. It was Flicker Flash contains within the. That's the problem with this. I don't know how high he said that the roof was, because I couldn't put him any more higher than that.
yes, but out of character, the issue is that
No, I know. I'm
they
just
don't
trying.
know that it includes the bit about them landing safely.
Right, I know.
So
I'm trying to, like, because I don't know in character all the details. I'm trying to.
yes, yeah, but
so I know how to.
assuming roughly average height bar, considering bars tend to be quite high ceiling.
Yeah, have a high ceiling.
Yeah.
I think we were thinking it was like maybe like 12 feet or something like that.
Yeah. It's enough that if you landed poorly, you could probably break a bone, which is not a serious matter, but more serious than bruising you. But as I said, this is out of character speculation.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah.
I am simply saying that, given that she seems to have caught herself on the landing, it is entirely possible that she thought you were attempting to harm her.
Then why did she continue making advances as she did?
The second time. Removing her from your lap was understandable, but from the tapes, it seemed as if perhaps she felt that Des would be more open to the situation. And as you say, you do have a tendency towards difficult to understand behaviours at times. So whilst you know your friend very well, she does not, and may have thought herself welcome rather than unwelcome. Not that I feel that this is a matter where one side or the other is entirely at fault. I'm just pointing out that perceptions can be different with different levels of understanding about one another. This is the entire purpose of my role in the council as lovers, to ensure that people understand and adapt to the way that our different natures affect us. I know that if I had been thrown into the air and was not assured of my safety in such, I would likely not consider that to be a light action.
He shrugs a bit. I've
I've
personally...
already told her that her behaviour in this manner was less than ideal. I'm simply saying that this seems to be more of a misunderstanding than an attack by either party upon the other. Although I will suggest avoiding using those methods in the future when humans are present.
She saw no problem using her powers in the presence of mortals.
Hers was subtler. But I did also speak with her regarding that. As I said, I am personally of the opinion that this is something where greater understanding would lead to fewer issues. But I appreciate that you felt the need to act in a situation, and that she felt the need to act in the situation, and that perhaps what might have been better is if one or other of you were to remove themselves from the situation.
I was not going to leave her alone with her.
No, I'm not suggesting that. I'm simply saying that asking someone to leave, politely or impolitely, having one of the bouncers remove someone, politely or impolitely, pushing someone from your lap, all of these are significantly less of an issue than throwing someone through the air.
Maybe.
But I think this is simply a case of people needing to understand each other better, as I said. She should not have struck you. You perhaps were less than entirely appropriate in your actions as well, but that this is something that hopefully both of you will learn from.
On the matter of understanding, I don't care to speak to her, but if you would say to her, or maybe this is just part of how vampires work, my experiences with them, when they come on like that, in an emotionally manipulative way, that's when they take you. I was not going to have that happen again. Not to me, not to her.
I understand, and as I said, I can understand your reasons, and I can understand her reasons, and I can understand why things happened as they did. I can simply hope that they will not happen in a similar manner in the future. I'm doing my best to facilitate the smooth communication and running between the houses, as is
I
my goal.
appreciate that.
And believe me, compared with the issues I have to discuss with Adam, these are rather minor.
Yeah, I heard.
Speaking of, Adam will actually roll into the bar. Kind of look around. Can I get 5 dice, perception and alertness?
Sure.
Okay.
I think it's 5. Give me a second. I'll double check those numbers.
Not a good roll.
Well, it was, but that one got in the way.
Yeah. But yes.
I'm sorry, 4 dice.
4 dice. That would have been worse. But instead, I'm just going to clear it and roll again.
That's not the type I want.
1 success.
1 success. Awesome. So he will roll up. And, Zhu. Are changing breeds innately aware of kinfolk stuffs?
If it's their blood kin, otherwise they would have to, like Guru are, well...
If they have scent of the true form, they can automatically recognize them. Otherwise, they have to roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I've heard it also ruled that if you have to roll for scent of the true form if it's kin of another changing breed. But I don't know how you're going to do that. That's on
with
you.
scent of the true form, I've generally had it heard that you can recognize that they are kinfolk of a kind, but not what breed they are without rolling.
Yeah.
And ditto, you can recognize that someone is fairer, but you have to roll to figure out which kind.
Yeah. And the backdoor option is also if you have any lore and they have any pure breed, but I don't think Adam does, so.
No. So no, I don't think she'd be able to tell automatically.
Yeah, no. So, Adam walks in, looks over, walks over, sits down, kind of stretches. He has a quilt wrapped around him.
She was going to raise an eyebrow but not actually comment about the quilt.
So, he kind of looks over. So, what's up? 2 of my favorite peoples.
Good to know I'm on the list.
I was simply having a discussion regarding the interactions between the houses.
I'm sorry, did I interrupt that?
No, I believe we'd somewhat reached the end. Although at some point I do need to see about arranging to meet with many of of your side of the House of Cups regarding the nature of enchantments.
Okay, what do you want to know?
It's not so much that, it's that there have been a number of people who have complained about being enchanted without warning or their permission. And as much as I understand that the changelings tend to view this as a gift rather than as anything aggressive, people do have varied views on this.
It depends on how it's being offered. I mean, if it is a gift freely taken and received, then yes, it is a gift. But if it's foisted upon someone against their will, then it's clearly not a gift.
Or if they're tricked into taking it by being given a gift, but not informed that it will enchant them.
What incident are you referring to, or are these several?
No, there have been a number of mentions of people disapproving of enchantments that have cast upon them. I don't think it's likely to be something that I'll choose to look into, but it would be something that I would like to advise members of the House of Cups against.
Okay. He turns to Dahey and points. So don't go and hit random people, okay?
Oh, I know. I'm very careful. It's burnt me before.
So, he turns to Zhu. By the way, does Zhu have enhanced smell?
Not in this form.
Okay. So she's not like a guru in that aspect.
Well, she is, in that there is some degree of it, but
It's mainly in the other forms, like
yeah. With Garou as well as with Kitsune, it's your sense of smell tends to be better when you're in a form that has a better sense of smell. Her sense of smell is better than human, but not by a great deal.
Okay. So yeah, he's just like, we. He's pointing to her and smiling this really dumb smile. We should go have dinner again sometime.
Do I need to leave you two alone?
He turns. No, I'm good. He turns back and looks at you.
And she looks a little bit awkward, like she's thinking something that she doesn't especially want to think, and like part of her wants to say something that she doesn't really want to say at the same time.
Yeah, I'll go for that as well.
5 days.
You do as I'll do mine. Yay for shitty dice pools. Wait, before I roll this, I need to check something.
Oh, well, Adam did quite well.
Wait one second.
How many do you
That's
have?
not my
Because I can't
perception.
see
I
your
think
hands.
that's to deal with something else, which I'm fine. Oh, yeah. Bunk, bunk, bunk.
Nice. Yeah, both of you can probably tell that there's something that she feels like there's some problem that is probably associated with Adam asking her out, that she feels bad about, but at the same time feels needs to be discussed, but she's just kind of working on the energy for it. Like if someone's got really bad BO and they're like, I'm going out to go and meet someone, and you're like, I should really tell them. That kind of a look. That I need to say something that they're not gonna like. It's not BO, but it's that kind of a awkwardness.
Adam will kind of furrow his brow at this and be like, what's up? Coffee is out.
Your incidents with the House of Staves,
He kind of quirks in it. What incident?
You've used sunlight around the vampires more than once.
Oh.
And whilst that has very little direct bearing on these matters, it does suggest a lack of concern for the people around you and a lack of appreciation for the risks that they are taking or that you are putting upon them.
His brow furrow even more, and he'll look at Dehi, and then look down. He's like, I care about people. He motions to Dehi. He can attest.
It is not the caring that is the matter. It's that you seem unaware of the risks that are involved. I've tried to explain the risks involved with any relationship which has a kitsune as a participant.
Yeah.
I'm concerned that you're not fully capable of appreciating or making appropriate judgments regarding those risks.
Adam swallows hard and gets really quiet. Kind of takes off the quilt that he's using as a sweater and folds it and sets it pressed, in his lap.
I like you, but it is not something that, as much as relationships for anybody else might be a matter only for the two of them, for me it is not. And I have explained to you why. And
Right.
until I can be sure that you are capable of making that decision properly, I'm not entirely certain that I can accept your invitation.
Adam just real slow nod. Okay. I need 4 dice. At diff 3.
That's a yes.
Okay, cool. How many successes?
4.
4? Sweet. Adam disappears, quite literally. Like, fades from existence.
And there will be this long, awkward silence, in character as well as out of character. And then she will stand, will bow to Dehi,
Have a good rest of the evening.
I don't think that will be an option. But thank you. And she leaves. And there the scene will end.